Is that better? Okay, fine. I guess I will just talk to myself then. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Noelle. Hello, Noelle. Hello, Shannon. Shannon, enjoy your lunch. Hello, Yana. Happy belated birthday, Connie. And hello, Connie. Hello, Carol. Hello, Nightbot. You are busy already this morning, I see. I did finish this page. It was done with the Aganzai Tambi watercolor paints. It is all paint, no pencil. So I did get that done. Good afternoon, Catherine. Mona. So what we're going to be working in today is Enchanted Earth. I tried to find some things that started with S, and other than Serene and Serendipity, I couldn't find anything. And I wanted to go with kind of a fall theme, so what we're going to be coloring is the end of summer, the start of fall. So we're going to be coloring this page here, because this is the end of summer and we're going to do the fall colors in the wolves and bears. So, all right. Hopefully that makes sense to people. We're going to be using the FLOWood Colored pencils because I haven't used them in a while, and why not, right? So I'm going to zoom you in and move it down so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I did test the pencils a little bit on the page just to make sure that they would work well in this book for blending and coloring and that sort of thing. Oh, okay. Any word in the title. Well, that makes it a lot easier. It's like, I don't know if I have that many. Although with the two, I probably could have been done for the entire month. So, all right. Okay, so we're going to get started here. I'm going to zoom it in just a little more. And we're going to get started on the center. So we're going to do this part first, and then we'll start on the outer areas. All right, so we need our greens and our reds first. So we're going to start with some greens because this is going to be the green area where summer is still active. And this is number 112. The one thing about the FLOWwoods is they don't have color names, but they do have numbers. So, hello, Callie. Oh my goodness, why are you sitting outside the grocery store at the moment? You're out of the house. You're on an adventure. Hello, Kim. Now, I could not find these available anywhere. I did look at both Amazon as well as Walmart and AliExpress, and I could not find them available. I found pictures of them and I found the posts, but no availability. So. So we're just putting down a base coat of the green in the trees. And any little bushes. And these are the colored pencils. They also have a watercolor pencil set as well. But these are just the oil-based colored pencils. I have that set, and the watercolor ones here somewhere as well. Ooh, okay. Well, that would be a good enough reason to be there. Oh, wow, Yana. Yeah, I've done those. They're fun to do, but they're time consuming. All right, now we're going to use 117. Now, for anybody that knows me, Thursday was a sad day for us. We did lose one of our pets. So Fred passed away on Thursday. So now we just have little Wilma. Yeah, he was Bob's little buddy, and I'm I was attached to them, but not as attached to them as Bob was. So he's going to miss his little buddy. And we're keeping a close eye on Wilma because they're paired, so they're social animals. They do have to have that other creature there to keep them happy and healthy. And without Fred there, we're keeping an eye on her to make sure that she's okay. Yeah, I popped into Discord for a little while yesterday, but nobody came in, so while I was finishing up the painting. Yesterday was my dad's birthday, so I ended up being on the phone with him for quite some time, longer than I expected to be. Usually my dad is one of those say your piece and get off my phone type people, but I ended up talking to him for almost 4 hours, so it's like, okay, Dad, you got to go to bed. They're sugar gliders. Fred and Wilma were sugar gliders. I'm just filling in. So this is number 117, which is a darker green. And we're going to come in and we're going to do the grassy area here with it as well. And then we're going to take a darker green and fill in the rest of the grassy area. And put in a little tiny bit more of a solid green color there. So I need 135. Oh no. Sometimes I have issues with ham because of the way that they cure it. Sometimes they cure it with too much sugar in the brine. If they do a brown sugar cure and then a smoke, it causes me some major issues. And I can't have honey ham at all because they lie, it's not honey. Yeah, nitrates too, yeah. Yep, depends upon where you get it from and how it's been cured. Thursdays we normally do a chat because of the what happened with Fred this Thursday. I didn't go in, but I did go in yesterday after talking to Dad for a little while. I am going to start going in a little bit more. I'm trying to go in a little bit more after work. I have been missing my people, but sometimes I'm just so brain dead that it's depressing for y'all. So, thank you for joining the Discord. I did see your your welcome message. So Thursdays is usually after I get home from work. Sometimes I'll go in right away, but usually around 4 Pacific time. So 4 or 5 Pacific time is usually when I'll end up popping in after I get home, especially if I'm in a long call and having to work some overtime, things like that. But the girls are usually in there around 3 o'clock Pacific, 3 o'clock or before. Um, Catherine usually kicks it off for me so that there's somebody in there when you come in. It's scheduled for 3 Pacific time. And I'm just using the number 112 to blend everything together. Brighten the colors up a little. Yeah, probably around 7 Eastern. Yeah, yeah, pretty much, Catherine. Um, with the change of schedule and everything else, it got neglected for a little while, but I'm going to do my best to make sure that I get in there at least, you know, on time. I'm going to try. All right, now we're going to use number 58 for the mountain back here. I think Shannon does a stream on Thursday, but I don't know I don't know if it's the same time that I'm in the Discord. I know we've watched her a couple of times in Discord together, so. And we do have little watch parties and where I'll turn the stream on in Discord and everybody can watch. I usually do that when Emily is watching or talking to, not watching, talking to Joanna or somebody. And multi-streams, I usually do it in there. Yeah, it's Pacific time, dear, not Eastern. And she sits in there from 3 o'clock Eastern. All right, now we're going to go a little darker, so we're going to use a little bit of a dark gray in number 62. Yes, we are talking about you. We're talking about your Thursday stream and what time it runs. And then go with the lightest gray. 11 Central, yeah, so. Yep, I have the notifications on, but I'm usually at work, so when you do your impromptu, sometimes I get to catch those. And lately, your afternoon streams that start at 3 or 4, I get to catch a little bit of it. But I'm usually just lurking because I'm making dinner and getting decompressed from work. And we're going to just take a little bit of yellow. We're going to put a little bit of glow. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of soda. Must have been a good sale. All right, there we go. There's the mountains. Now we're going to work on the tent. What color should I do the tent? Actually, let's do this wood there. Yeah, number 48. Yeah, I know it can be any color. That's why I'm asking what color I should do it, because my brain is going, yeah, I don't know. Now, I am going to be doing these in a lot of the fall colors, so the reds and that sort of thing. So I think I might do the tent blue. What do you guys think? Because all the leaves and that in here are going to be those fall colors. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, I think with this stuff here I'm going to be doing in the fall. So I'm going to start here and do this more into the fall, moving into like the spring kind of. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do it both fall. Yeah, I don't want to blend too much into the green, so I think we're going to do it blue. Blue or purple. Probably blue. So we're going to start with a 143 as our base. Yeah, next week it's supposed to cool down here as well, where we're going to get that wet, cold, damp fall feeling. And then it's supposed to boost back up into the summer feeling again. I'm just very loosely putting down a base coat here. With these pencils, you can build color on top of color in layers instead of building them end to end. And they're very pigmented, so they put out quite a bit of color. Alright, now the next color I'm going to use is 146. Yeah, this one is a bear and this one is a wolf. So this is a bear and this is a wolf. darker. That one was 146, so we're going to go 148. Hi there, Kenny. No, don't be smoking at the gas pumps, doofus. Whoever is smoking at the gas pumps, stop doing that now, please. Okay. And then finally, 149. Nice. I like the color soft. Used to drive me crazy when I worked at the gas station, having people jump out of their car to pump their gas and they've got a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. It's like, intelligence, people, intelligence, please. But a lot of the old timers never thought of it because, you know, when they were kids and everybody was smoking, whether they were pumping gas or not. So, all right, I'm going to dust that off, and then we're going to go over it again with the light blue. Yes. Yes, it must have been the fake cheese. All right, and then we're just going to fill that in with the dark blue. All right, there we have our little tent. Yes, exactly. I'll move it down so that we're going to work on the walkway here. So we're going to work on this area. We're going to come in with that dark green pencil here for the little bushes here. Some of them have gone brown from being dry. Well, that one has because I was testing color pencils on it. So this is number 117. And then we're going to come in with, which one was it? Did I put it back? No, I want something darker than 112, so I need 115. Yeah. There we go. All right, now we're going to do a base coat for the ground. And I missed a couple of little bushy things here. And we're going to come in with the darker green here too. I really wish sometimes that I could color at work. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hello, Calamity. Alright, now we're going to do a lighter green. So we're going to do 124 for the grass. And then we'll come in with some darkers. I'm sorry it didn't fix your echo. Now I'm going to do little patches of green, and then we're going to add some browns into it for dirt on the walkway. So we're going to take number 48. Now I'm doing this as a walkway. It's probably a river, but I'm going to do it as a walkway just because it just dawned on me that this is probably a river. But that's okay. We'll make it a walkway. Because I want it to be a walkway out of the canyon. That's how I saw it when I first looked at it. So that's how I'm coloring it. More than likely the artist saw it as a river when they drew it. Yep, exactly, Connie. It's my picture, it's what I'm coloring it. And I want a little bit more of a lighter color of brown in there. So let's go with number 37. I guess technically it could be a really muddy river too. Alright, and then we're going to add some green back into it. So we're going to take that dark green. Because you know how walkways get. You've got those little bits of grass still in there and that mossy kind of growth into the dirt. Alright, and then we're going to take yeah, that is a really good color. And then we're going to take this 115 and we're going to start putting in those little grassy patches there that are sticking up. And then go back to that 124. Yeah, well, you had some reasons there, Yana. You had to take care of yourself, and I would rather you take care of yourself and go to Sundance next year than not take care of yourself and go to it this year. Just saying, as your friend. I'm glad that you took the time to look after yourself. There we go. Yep, embrace that lazy Saturday. All right, now we're going to do the sun. And we're going to start with number 15. And I'm going to come out into the rings. With that color. And then we're going to go a little darker. So number 16. That's 14. The wrong way. Good morning, Della. I do hope you are doing well. I was thinking about you the other day. I hope you are doing okay with any fires that are down that way. I'm not sure if they're anywhere near you, but you and Kenny both. Been seeing some fires. My son told me a couple. And so Callie as well. Keep on watching little bits of it on the news, and then my son tells me little bits, and it's like, I hope all my friends are okay too. And then I have to go to work. And then my brain says, yep, I've had enough of this day. We're not thinking anymore. All right, then we're going to add just a little bit deeper of a red-orange. So we're going to go with number 25. Oh, good. I'm glad there's no fires near you at the moment. Oh, yeah. Yana, take it easy. My goodness, girl, you're going to end up hurting yourself. Her garden is beautiful, and all right, and then we're going to start going lighter, moving out. So we're going to use number 14. this one. Come back in here. Oh, good. I'm glad there's no fires near anybody out there. I know that my cousin still has one burning near him in Canada. But Dad told me that that was a little further away than my cousin told me it was. So I don't think it's the same one that was burning earlier when I talked to him about the fires. All right, and then we're going to go a little bit lighter. So we're going to go number 13. And I'm just gradually bringing that yellow out into a very light color. And then we're going to go a little heavier handed in the areas here. Okay, and up through here too. And then number 12. Welcome back, Sue. And hello, Sue. Yeah. Yana does a very good job of creating that serene, comfortable place to create. I love her garden, and I love the way her coloring room is so full of bright light in the summer. In the fall too. You get quite a bit of light in there pretty much all year round, don't you, Yana? I'm sorry to hear that, Sue. It's always bad when historic areas just get the worst of it. And then finally, we're going to use a very light color here in number 5. Like so. And there we have our sunshine area. Now we're going to go with a really, really pale blue. So we're going to go with 139. And we're going to do the skyline. Between the mountains and the sun. Oh, welcome back, Kim. Yeah, the first time I got up this morning, there was lightning going off outside. I was thinking that I'm kind of glad we didn't, but I was a little bit concerned that we were going to get a heavy storm because it would have caused issues with the stream. But it seemed to have dissipated long before I got up for stream time. Now this is a very pale blue. We will be coming back in with other blue colors, but I wanted to put the pale in there just to get that haze, because we're going to leave that really bright light blue up at the top here where the birds are coming in. Alright, and then we're going to come in with a little bit brighter blue, so we're going to come in with number 141. Yucky. uh, bringing this darker blue in, and we're going to bring it all the way up. We're going to leave some of that lighter blue showing through because we don't want it to be overtaken. We just want to add to it. We've got clouds up above here that we're going to be adding as well, that the artist has already drawn in for us. So this is just the start of the skyline. We're going to be moving it up into that top area as well. And we are doing better than I thought, because I was thinking if I could just get at least the center area done today, we'd be in good shape. But it's only been an hour, so I think we're doing good. I think we're going to be able to get started on some of the fall foliage as well. All right, now we're going to use number 143. I say we like you guys are, actually following along, but, I should say me. Getting a little bit more done than I thought I was going to. All right, now we're going to go back with that light blue. Yeah, the pencils are really, really liking the paper. I like the FLOWwoods. They are a really nice oil-based pencil. They used to be very inexpensive, but I can't find them in stock anywhere anymore. They remind me a lot of the Castle Art gold pencils. They're a little bit thinner, and they give me a little bit more sharp point. I think the Castle Art Golds do have a little bit of that softer wax in it than these do, so they smush a little bit more, but these are really nice pencils. I like them. All right, there is our skyline. Now we're going to move up. So that's what we've got done so far. And we're going to move up to the top part here. We're going to use our light blue, and we're going to start moving into these areas here. With that blue. And then we're going to just come up above. We're not going to cover the whole area, just where that skyline is, which is a part of the part of the ear structure as well as the forehead structure of the animals here. So I'm using that really, really pale blue in these areas as our base color. Needs to be a little bit more sunshine there. Then we're going to come in under the cloud. And I'm doing this very loosely on the edges. as we build that color in. Welcome back, Della. And then we're going to come above the clouds. And again, I'm using the side of the pencil just to put a light layer. And we'll be coming in with those darker colors and doing it the same way to build that sky color. Okay, then we're going to come in with the darker color here. Welcome back, Calamity. Hopefully that echo doesn't continue and gives you the ability to listen without hearing me twice, because that would just, drive me insane. It happens at work all the time. It just drives me crazy. And it works sometimes. It's not even an echo. It's more of a delay in my headset. So I'll hear myself say something. And I have to stop so that the customer can respond, because I know that it's something to do with my mic. Just drives me crazy. All right, so coming through with number 143. Using the side of the pencil in areas that I want it to be darker, but not really dark. Because we're going to build into that sky color. So that is one thing I've noticed since I started coloring. Is the different colors of blues and whites sometimes that are in a bright blue sky. Never noticed it before. Then I started coloring. Yeah, it's the customer with it on speakerphone. And I'm not allowed to tell them unless they're garbled. So that's when the speakerphone's not actually working right, and it just basically turns them garbled. I can't tell them, could you please take me off speakerphone so that we can work better, because that's not polite. It's like, but neither is hearing myself talk and talking over the customer, because I don't know that they haven't heard me, because what I've said hasn't come through. Hello, Dawn. hopefully Bob gets this job that he interviewed on Friday for. Then maybe I won't have to do work anymore. I can just be hanging out with all you people. My dad was concerned about my health. And it's like, honey, Dad, it's fine. Okay. I'm just going to come in with a little bit here. There we go. And we're going to come up here. Like so. Okay. And then we're going to take the darker blue. And we're just going to come into those darker areas here. Well, Callie is here, so, it probably wasn't horribly wrong. All right. And then again with the light blue. This time pushing a little bit harder, blending that all together. Not sharpening it because I want that dull end to blend. Awesome, Dawn. Well, thank you so much for popping in. Enjoy your time with family. we're not going to go above the cloud area with the final level of the light blue here. We're going to keep that with just the one layer, which makes it lighter, like so. Now for the clouds, we need number 55. So I'm just putting in a light layer of the lightest gray, that blue-gray kind of color that I have. And then we're going to add the yellows from the sun in areas as well as some white in other areas. Then I'm going to take a quick break and have a sip of coffee because I have not had enough yet. So this is Enchanted Earth. I did post a link below the video. Okay, now we're going to come in with some yellows. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you enjoy that because, you know, that's pretty much what I do is dulcet tones over and over again. Alright, we're going to come in with some yellow in those areas of the cloud with the sun behind it. Now, just a quick reminder, at the end of the month, I will be away, so there will be no stream for the last weekend of the month. And then there is a weekend in October that I will be away as well. So just so you're aware, there is going to be a couple of weeks in the next couple of months where I will not be here. Well, enjoy your tuna sandwich. It's always a good thing to have for lunch. I like tuna sandwiches. They don't like me, but I like them. Okay, so there we have that. And then we're going to take the Prisma White. In September, we're going to our normal 3D printing convention. And then in October, we have another 3D printing convention in Oregon that we'll be going to. But it's in a different city than we are. So, oops, we didn't see that happen. I just broke my pencil. Fine, I'll use a full one because obviously that one didn't want to work. just coming through with that white Prismacolor. And if I don't find it's white enough, I might come through with a little bit of that white paint at the top of the cloud, because I'm not finding this as white as it used to be. Now that I've started using the white gouache, it doesn't seem like it's as white as I want it to be. Oh, that's terrible. All right, so there is that part done. I'm going to zoom it out so you can see the whole area that we've colored so far all together. So there we are so far. Yeah, that's the worst thing is last year we went and I came home with COVID, was in bed for over a month. Hello, butterflies. All right, so we've got about half an hour left, so I'm going to start down here. Now this area down here, I am going to do a little bit of water. So because of the type of roots that are coming out, those are usually in swampy areas. So we're going to do this in kind of a swampy, watery kind of look. So we're going to do a little bit of that with the rocks, and then tomorrow we'll concentrate on the wolf and bear. Right. So we're going to move it down, and I'm going to pull it in a little bit so that I can actually this way, so that I can work on it here for you. All right, so we want to do kind of a swampy color, not quite blue, but not quite brown, green kind of color. So we're going to start with 133. Yep. I wore a mask while we were in the airport and any public spaces. And I know this color isn't really dark, so you probably aren't seeing a whole lot of it, but it is a greeny, bluey color. And once we start building on that color and getting that water look in there, we'll be able to start adding that swampy water look. Yeah, I don't know. I just call her Melly. um, so it's Melpomene, and then the last name is just not something that I'd be able to do. Even, using phonetics. And a lot of times with foreign names, phonetics doesn't work because they have different sounds to their vowels and consonants. Yep, I don't even try it. It's like, no, I will just say Mel. I can say Mel. All right, now we're going to go with a darker, more of a browny, greeny color. So I'm going to use number 131. And in the deeper areas where those rocks are and where the roots are coming out of the ground, putting it a little bit darker and then feathering it out into the watercolor here. Try not to break your pencil tip. I was pressing a little too hard there. The thing is I know that I don't need to press hard with these pencils. I just, for some reason, was pressing too hard. So I'm going to sharpen it again because it's giving me a weird thing at the end. Yep. Even with the phonetics, it just doesn't sound right. I think Shannon can pronounce it. I think I've heard her pronounce it before. But I don't. I just don't even. I'm not going to butcher somebody's name that bad. Now we're going to come up through here. And I am going to come through with more of a brown green as well. This is just going to be extended out. And then more of a brown is going to be the edge. Underneath those rocks. Yeah, Robin would know. You don't know how to pronounce it? See, the thing is that with different languages, there's so many different nuances to the language that pronouncing something from a different language in English can be really difficult. And I am not good at it at all. I can pronounce things in French a little bit, but not anything major. Hello, Nessa. Welcome, welcome. All right, now I'm going to come in with a brown kind of green. So that was 131. It has a little bit of that brown to it, but I want more of, I think I want number 24, which is a yellowy brown kind of green. And we're just going to come in up under here with it. Like so. All right, now we're going to dust that off. Then we're going to take that deeper brown there, which is number 48. And we're just going to get just a little bit in there on the edge. Thank you. That is what I was looking for. I am trying to make it very murky water. So I'm trying to make it more of a, where the swamp areas where those trees, and I can't remember the name of the tree. I don't remember, but they grow right into the water. The roots grow right into the water and stand up above the ground a little bit. And I can't remember the name of the tree, but that's what I'm looking for, is that kind of murky, swampy water area. Yes, Shrek lives there. Exactly. All right, now we're going to go back to our 133. And we're just going to bring that color out and together. Like so. All right. Mangroves. There we go. Yes, thank you. You think my brain could think of that? No, of course not. All right, now we're going to do the stones. So we're going to start the stones with a very, very light, light yellowy brown color. So I think we want to start with number 21. Let's see. Nope, let's do number 17. Some of these rocks are going to be gray, some of them are going to be brown. The ones that are in formations, we're going to do them a little bit of brown and going into the gray. The ones down here, I'm going to do them browns, I think. Maybe odds and sods. I think we'll do some brown, some gray. Because, rocks are all different colors. Some are brown, some are gray, some are black. Some are just really dirty. Okay. All right, now we're going to take the lightest gray, which is number 53. think this is more of a, yeah, this is more of a warm gray, but that's fine. We're going to come into it with a darker gray color, bringing those warm grays in to the right spots. And I'm just putting a light base color on them. And we'll come back through with other colors. And then we'll brighten it up. Alright, now I need nice, Yana. Alright, now I need number 47. You put that on there, they'll never come back. Alright, using number 47 on the darker rock areas. Stop pressing so hard. I don't know why I'm pressing hard suddenly. Don't usually press that hard. I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's just the sharpeners sharpened it to a really fine point that I was not needing it that fine. So it's okay. But at least this time it just snapped off in just enough of a way that it didn't give a jagged break, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Yes, I do. Me. Lots of them, please. And I don't want to hear the same excuse I get at work when I want treats. You make you sick. You can't have them. Ugh, so tired of hearing that. Oh yeah. Little people there, guiding them in. It drives me crazy at work because people bring treats in all the time for everybody, and they will ask me and I will have to decline. Because if I don't, I have like 3 or 4 people that know that I have issues. uh, well, yeah. You can make enough where she'll never ask for them again. Yep. The Derwent drawing pencils are good. No idea what happened to my... Huh. I think the battery died in my sharpener. That's okay. Yeah, yeah. Kanoko's books are adorable, and they do have really, really good paper. And I know that some of her paper, though, was a little on the slick side, and I can't remember what book it was that had that. Okay, I think that's all our brownie rocks there. And then we're going to come in with a deeper brown. So I think I'm going to use 47. 48. 49 works. The Kanoko Gusa wasn't one of her books. I don't know what print it was. It had a little bit of a smooth texture to her paper. I can't remember if it was one of her outside of US prints or if it was her US print. I can't remember which one it was. US prints. Okay, that's what I thought. Couldn't remember if it was outside of the US print that came out that was a little slick, or if it was the US prints when they started printing them in the US. I'm going to sharpen this with my doll because I want a longer point on it. There we go. All right. Let's see if I can keep a point on it. This one does not want to be sharpened. I think this one has had a little bit of a break in the core, as it was not letting me keep a sharp line on it. Okay. Nice. So moved to Oregon because my coloring buddy moved out of Oregon. So, yeah. And then you'll have both me and Angela, because Angela's in Washington. See? Works out. There's quite a few in Washington, actually. And California. You just move to the Pacific Northwest, you'll be good. It is not cold. It's not cold here. It's colder in the East Coast than it is on the West Coast. Well, yeah. It is colder on the East Coast than it is in the West Coast. I'm just saying. The Pacific Northwest is actually a very mild climate. It's very rarely that we get really cold here. I know. You're 4 hours away and you don't come visit me. I'm going to have to take, when we go up to Portland for the convention, I'm going to have to take a day off and come and visit you anyway. Never having enough time off. All right, so I think I'm going to come in with number 59. Actually, 62. I think I'm going to do 62, which I think is already out. It's 58. This one, 62. All right, we're going to use 62 in the gray, warm gray rocks. are, Mandy. Yes, frosty over on your side, not my side. Right now it is a cooler day, but we've been pretty much in the mid 80s to 90s all summer. We've had a couple of days where it hit 100, but not very many. And then in the winter, it usually sits around 40, 30, 40. Never goes below, very rarely snows. Just saying. I know you will, I know. I'm not going anywhere now, so you got plenty of time, darling. We're not moving anytime soon now, so. Which kind of sucks because I was kind of looking forward to a change of scenery with it, but I've lived on the Pacific Northwest my whole life, so change of pace, yeah. But that's all fine. That's good. I will settle to visiting Maryland when we have conventions. We're going to Maryland. For the convention. Florida's too warm. That's way too warm. All the time. Then you have to worry about, things like water problems and storms coming off the ocean. We don't have that down here. Just saying. You move where you want to move, where you're comfortable. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to be flying. Not going to be driving up there. We don't have enough time to drive up. Finally got work figured out so that I could have the day off that I needed off. Otherwise, I was going to have to take a day where I wasn't, I have a write-up, so I can't really take that day. But that's okay. If they would have, like I said to him, I've got to take that day. If you don't like it, fire me because I'm going to be in the air. I can't really sort of be at work and in the air at the same time. No, unfortunately. But welcome to the States, I must say. All right, so there we have that. All done. Zoom you out so you can see everything we did, and I am going to go and have something to eat. There we go. And figure out why my mouse isn't charging. All right, there. No, you're not too far. I just have to get the time to get there. I keep on, planning things out because I'd like to visit you and Alex, all in a line there. But all right, guys, I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll work on the trees. And once we get the trees done and the background done, within the wolf and the bear, we'll decide if we need to add the white to the clouds with paint. All right, so I will see you all again tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. I am glad you caught the stream too. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I do appreciate all of your time with me. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.